Hey everyone, it's me, Lisa from Lisa Knits and Vlogs. Well, I want to let you know what I have been up to and a chit chat about when I started knitting and how I was taught and where I go and get my yarn. Well, I have been making the baby hat early or small newborn. It's 11 inches circumference, 5.5 height. Yarn, any yarn, DK tension, 22 stitches over 4" equals 10 centimeters. Required around 18 grams. Needles are a 4mm needle, which is what I'm doing. Cast on 56 stitches, and then I knit the 4 rows. And then that's when the pattern comes in. Well, I've got 4 to show you. Here's one in So Crafty multicolored. And the next 3 were from Spotlight Yarn, a valuable spray yarn it was, and that was in pink. I've done 3 in pink. Now, we cast on 56 stitches, knit 4 rows, slip a stitch, knit the row, slip a stitch, knit, purl back to the last stitch where I knit. And this is where the repeat comes in with the pattern. And this is where the repeat comes in, where I knit, slip 1, knit 1, yarn the yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 1, then I yarn the yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 1. I do that all the way across. On the way back, I slip 1 purlways and purl all the way to the last stitch, and then I knit the last stitch. Then I slip and knit, slip in purl, knit to the last stitch. I do that from row 7 to row 12, and then I start the pattern again until I get up here where I only just do slip 1, knit 1, yarn the yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 1. Do that across, and then I slip 1, purlways, purl back, and then I knit the last stitch. So I knit 3, knit 2 together, knit 3, knit 2 together, knit 3, knit 2 together. That's what I do all the way. I slip stitch, purl back to the last stitch and knit. I knit 2 together, knit 2 all the way to the end. I slip 1 purlways, purl to the last stitch, and I knit. When I get to here, I actually knit 1, knit 2 together, knit to the end, and then I slip 1, knit Y, and then I knit back, right back. And here, I knit 2 together to the last stitch where I knit it, then I slip purlways, purl back to the last stitch, and I knit it. That's how I get the pattern for all these gorgeous yarns. And I can't show you the labels because I actually put them away, and I realized I needed them for this video. But I did use Spotlight yarn, valuable, and spray yarn, pink. This yarn is So Crafty from Aldi's, and it came all the way from Ireland in the multicolour. So these take me a day to do, and sometimes I can have 2 done in a day. It just depends on what I've got on in my outside of my YouTube thing. So I do this, and then while I'm actually talking to you, I'm going to be knitting, and then I can show exactly what I do. I started to learn how to knit when I was 8 years old. My neighbour where I used to live, they used to live in the UK. They came to Australia, and they watched my brother and I grow up. My mum's a knitter, but she's left-handed, so she had trouble trying to teach me how to knit. But my neighbour was right-handed, so she taught me how to knit, and she taught me the UK way of knitting things. So I did that. I knitted learned how to knit, then I stopped for a little while, and then I started taking it up again about 18 years old. Then I did that for a little while, and then I stopped because then I had the girls, and then I took it up again way back in 2005, I think it was, and I was just doing beanies and scarves but I donate all my makes. I don't keep any of them. So now I learned how to do that, and I've learned how to follow different patterns, new patterns, what type of yarn is good for which yarn to use. And this is the value ball that I'm using at the moment, and this one's in blue pink, and that's what the pink ones are made out of, but just in pink. Spotlight, that's where I go to get my yarn, had them on sale, so because they wanted to clear them out because they were bringing in some more value yarn balls, but in a different brand that I was aware of, so I cleared them out. So I do have a tote box over there that I bought them about, I think it was 2018, 2019 I got them. Could have even been 2020, I'm not quite sure, but I have them there, so I thought, well, I'm going to start using them. I go to Spotlight, which is an Australian store and New Zealand store where we can go and get all our yarn, the baby yarn, Marvel 4-ply yarn, which is a 4 Seasons Marvel yarn, which is an 8-ply. You can get it in 4-ply, a spot saver yarn. You can get it in the variegated as well. The value ball that I'm using, and there's also a few others. And I think last time I checked, they were having a bit of a sale on yarn. And we also got another store called Lincraft, and that has yarn. And I go to Lincraft to drop off my bag of donations to give to Kogo, which is Knit One Give One. I donate all my things that I make. And with the knitting needles, I got size 4, which is a size 6 in US. I have a 4.5 needles, a 5, a 6. I think I've got size 7s, I can't remember. And I do have crocheting hooks as well. And I can crochet very basic things. And I want to learn more how to do the crocheting. And the yarn is such a, I don't know what ply this one is. It says to use a 4.5mm needle, but that's not what I'm doing. It's an acrylic yarn anyway. I only ever use acrylic yarn. That is all I use. See, it tells you there about Spotlight. I only ever use acrylic, and sometimes I have used cotton, which is very lovely to knit with. And I'm hoping to better my skills with my knitting and venture out and make other things besides the same things that I do. Now this row, I'm purling back, slip the first stitch, and then I purl to the last stitch. Oh, I better hope that I better move that so then that way I can mark them off. I don't know whether I've done 9 and 10 and I'm up to 12 and 11 and 12. I'll work it out in a minute. So I want to venture out a lot more in my knitting. I just finished making a snood. That was really great to work on. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was good. Yeah, I've got to pull on rows 11 and 12, so by looking at the back. So I thought that was really great using making that, but I am going to make another one to donate, and I want to make more scarves. And I do have scrap yarn that when I haven't got enough to finish, I'll make a scrap yarn, and that'll make a scrap blanket for me. And I do have another one of the scrap balls over on my other tote that's got yarn in it. And I want to make another blanket, a diamond blanket, But I was thinking of doing a lap blanket. I'm not sure. And and I really enjoy doing my knitting, and I have fun with it. And if I'm not sure on a certain pattern when I'm using it, I go to knitting club on Fridays, Australian time, and if I'm stuck, I have some lovely ladies at knitting club that can tell me that I'm supposed to be doing it this way, not that way. And they're very helpful towards me to what I've done wrong or what I should have done. And I enjoy going to knitting club. I've been going now just over a year, and we don't go on Australian Eastern Standard Time school holiday time, because the room that we actually use, they need to use for the students. Now, here I slip one, knit one, yarn the yarn over, and then I knit two together, knit one. Now do that all the way across. And I wonder what yarn that you all like using. What weight, what colours, do you like variegated, do you like solid colours, what do you like making? I like making baby hats, adult hats, scarves, and now I like making the snood. I really enjoyed making that, and I will make it again. And what else do I like making? Oh, and I make stockings, the little Christmas stockings. I love making those. They never take long to make either. And I've got to get stuck into making more of those ready for next Christmas. And that. And if you're a knitter, what type of knitting needles do you like using? What size? And the same with you crochets. What size hooks do you like using? When I do my Christmas stockings, when I do the chain, the cable, so you can hang it on your tree, I use a four ply millimeter hook. And I use 2 strands of yarn, and then I sew it on. When I do my pouches, I do the same, 4mm knitting needle and 2 strands of yarn to do the cord, and I make it long enough to go on around, so then that way I get to tie it up. There's that one done. And now I slip the first stitch, and I purl all the way to the last one, and then I knit it. So let you guys let me know what you guys like using, and where do you go to buy your yarn. I can buy mine Spotlight, Lincraft. I got a place called Bendigo Mills that you can order from, and there is a lot of places online that I can order from if need be, but I just mainly stick to Spotlight because it's then I don't have to pay for postage to have yarn sent out to me. That way I can go up. I'm one of these that I like to go and feel the yarn to see if that's the one that I actually want to actually knit with, then have it sent, and then when you go to use it and you don't like it, and then you've got to gift it to somebody else, which I don't mind that happening, but I would rather get something that I can use first before gifting it. But our yarn sometimes for the Four Seasons Marble 8-ply is normally $4.50 for a 100-gram ball, and when it is on sale it goes down to $3.15. So that's when, if you've got the money, you go and stack up on a whole heap of yarn. And That way you've got boxes and boxes and bags. That means I've got more knitting. I've got to get the knitting needles to be on fire and that. So, but like I said, I don't keep any of mine. It gets donated, and where I donate it, they've got, I think it's about 5 different places they donate. And if you're wondering why I'm leaning over there, I do write down on a bit of paper, there's the 6 rows that I had to knit for, and then knit and purl, and this is where I started the pattern, and then I mark off, so if I have to get up and move away, I know where I am at. So now I slip the stitch, and then I knit across. So I always mark it on a bit of paper, so if I have to get up and leave the room and go to the bathroom, I know where I'm up to. I've done that, yeah, I don't know how long, for years and years and years and years. So pen and paper is your best buddy, just like stitch markers. And I haven't been using stitch markers on the hats because I normally get them done pretty quick, because it's a really easy, simple pattern that you can just sit there and knit away. And like I said, I've already done 4, and that's sitting doing my live. So, and I hadn't started this one until a little while ago, so that's what I've done so far. And just got to move my leg. Oh, that's it. So I really, really enjoy making stuff and donating them. It really gives you a smile, and you know in your heart that you've done, to me, I've done the right thing by donating. Because I know I'm going to make somebody happy with the scarves and hats. I am going to make some more adult hats as well, probably once I've done this one and that. So, and I wonder what pattern that you guys like using. Which pattern do you like using when it comes to knitting or crocheting? I wonder. Now I'm curious about what pattern you guys like to use. I try and use a variety of ones, and I've been trying to learn how to do new patterns as well. Like I've learned how to do the eyelet mock ribbon cable, and that's a really lovely pattern to do. It's a 4-row repeat all the way up until it measures, I can't remember how much it measures, but I think it works out to about 130 blocks, and that is just so awesome to do. And the pattern is so beautiful, it's like you've got eyes staring at you. But I've done quite a few of those, and I've done another pattern where it's 60 blocks for the scarf, and I've done them in all different colours. I've done them in the Aboriginal colours with red, yellow and black, which I really need to do some more of those too. So I'm hoping I've got red, black and yellow. I should be right to do that. I'll see how I go after I use this skein up, because I'm trying to use the skeins up that are sitting on my bed. I've got a little white one there, so that will help with doing some of the Christmas stockings. I might even do a Christmas stocking out of this colour and use up my white with a bit of luck. And I do use my knitting needle sometimes to scratch my head, because it helps sharpen them up. Alright, now I should mark that off so then I know where I am. Well, I'm going to get going. I don't want to drag you guys on for a bit longer. So, like I said, that's what I have done so far on this one. I do hope you've been liking the videos. And I hope that you all enjoy your crafting, and I do hope to see you again and again and again. Have fun, stay safe, happy creating. Don't forget to like and comment, please.